The top diplomats of the world's biggest economies, the United States and China, met at the East Asia Summit. The American Secretary Marco Rubio and the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi meeting marks the first in-person session between the two leaders and also a possible prelude to a presidential summit. The meeting is in fact among the highest level interactions between the two nations since President Donald Trump returned to the White House in January. Speaking about the meeting with his Chinese counterpart, Marco Rubio said that there was a high probability of a meeting between President Donald Trump and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. But so far, no date has been discussed yet.
The reason why I tell you there's a high probability they're going to meet is that they both want to meet. And I don't know President Xi, but I know President Trump, and I can tell you that he's committed to having that meeting happen. So the reason why I think there's high odds of it happening is they both want it to happen. So I'm sure we'll work on a date and find a mutually acceptable date for both sides. And I'm pretty confident. We want it to be a good meeting, and we're going to work hard between now and whatever date that is to make sure that when that visit does happen, it's as productive as possible.
Rubio further said that his talks with Wang were constructive, but there are some issues that still remain unresolved. The two envoys met amidst escalating friction globally over Donald Trump's tariffs with China this week, warning the United States against reinstating the hefty levies on its goods next month. Now, Beijing's economic and diplomatic backing for Moscow after it invaded into Ukraine is also one of the many sticking points in relations between the world's two largest economies. In their last phone call in January, Marco Rubio raised concerns about China's actions towards Taiwan and the South China Sea, while Wang has warned the United States to handle the Taiwan-related matters carefully. Earlier, the US President Donald Trump had said that he would like to meet with the Chinese President Xi Jinping this year, and a senior Chinese official last week expressed optimism over bilateral ties. All right, and our correspondent Susan Tehrani is joining us live from New York at the moment. Susan, this is a pretty interesting and a big announcement by Marco Rubio that there is a possibility that President Xi Jinping and the American President Donald Trump could have a meeting, but the timeline as to when the two leaders are likely to meet has not been decided yet. Considering the very fractious nature of the tariffs and also the levies that have been slapped against each other between the two nations, how is this meeting likely to unfold?
Well, according to Marco Rubio, he said that the chances are very high. He did not say that he had a date, but he said that Xi and President Trump share a special and close relationship dating back to President Trump's first term in office. Regarding tariffs, he said that he does not believe that the tariffs imposed on other countries would basically make other countries go towards China. Overall, he said that the relationship and the conversations he had in China are cordial and pragmatic. And he said beyond symbolism, if something should come about these negotiations, pre-negotiations, something concrete should come about, then that would be after a meeting between Xi Jinping and President Donald Trump. But it appears that both sides are willing to hold this meeting.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Susan Tehrani, for joining us with those updates then.